Sony, Bose. You've probably heard of or have come across those two brands if you're shopping for ANC active noise cancelling headphones. These $200 Cleer Flow 2 though may not have come across your radar, but for under $200 they're a great option to look at so long as you focus on the sound and not so much the design. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by reviewing the Cleer Flow 2. And there's a lot to like here for over-ear ANC headphones, except for the design. So if we're going to talk about the good news versus the not so great news, let's start with the not so great news, which is the design. So Cleer have come up with this futuristic look that's a little bit retro, almost cyberpunk, I want to say. But let's take a look so you can decide whether you like the design or not. Right out of the box, you've got a soft shell carrying case, airplane headphone jack adapter, and USB-C charging cable. The Cleer Flow 2 come in two colors, light metallic or this gunmetal, which is my personal preference, with lighter accents on the ear cups and headband. The exterior of the headband has a hollow plasticky feel. But these headphones don't feel cheap by any means. The foam around the ear cups and headband is soft and breathes enough to feel comfortable for around an hour or two of continuous use. The headband can feel a little bit tight after that if you need a little bit of a break, but as far as the ear cups go, they're not too hot, so they allow your ears to breathe just a little bit, which is nice. Some of these headphones tend to cup your ear a little bit too tightly, which can get hot, especially if you're in a crowded place like a subway or a plane, but that doesn't happen with these Cleer Flow 2. Going back to the headband, the hinge to adjust it is high up here, which feels a bit awkward if you're trying to adjust them while you're wearing them. So for example, if you have these and you grab them by the ear cups, you're going to want to pull those down. But because the hinge is up so high, you're going to have to pull them a little bit harder than you would if the hinge were lower and closer to the ear cup. And one other thing to note about the hinge is there's this small metal band here, which is a little bit sharp. I mean, it won't cut you or anything, but it's a very finely cut piece of metal. It's kind of awkward again here, and it's not the smoothest or the most elegant implementation. And continuing on with the design now, I did say it was the weakest point of these headphones. There's another weird thing that they've done here where the ear cups, when you're wearing these, take them off. The ear cups don't turn in, they turn outward, which the Jabra 45H, which I recently reviewed, do the same thing, and I don't know why any manufacturer would design it like this. It just looks kind of clunky and seems like dirt, or if it's raining could get in there. It's not very elegant. So I don't know why they don't have these ear cups just turn into your body. It'd be a lot more elegant, a lot more smooth, and just make a lot more sense, to me at least. And if we're going to talk about the ear cups, these ear cups are pretty small. So they're not the largest ear cups, and they kind of fit right around your ear. Now, I don't have the largest ears, but I imagine that for a lot of people, like it did with me, the ear cup is going to just slightly rest on the outside of your ear, no matter how big or small your ears are. And over time, that can get uncomfortable. It can make the headphones wear on you a little bit faster than if the seal were just a little bit wider to sort of go all the way around your ear. An alternative would have been to give more space not only around the ear but also on the inside of the ear and get rid of this sort of hinge here. I know that they have this hinge here for comfort, but honestly they could probably get rid of that or make that smaller and then have more space for the ear cup so that when this is sitting on your ear, the actual foam, so this mesh right here, isn't sitting right on your ear. Like I said, it gets uncomfortable over a shorter period of time compared to headphones that would give you a little bit more space against that mesh and maybe around your ear as well. Now, just a few more things about the design. I know I'm nitpicking here, but we've already started and gotten this far, so let's just keep going. These buttons on the ear cup are straightforward. You've got power on and off, ANC on, off, and ambient, which allows outside sounds to pass through, and this, a dedicated Google Assistant button. Now, is that the best choice for a dedicated button here? Are a lot of people going to use the Google Assistant, or is it more going to be something that you hit by mistake And the Google Assistant just appears and you're like, no. So I would have preferred if Cleer would have allowed you to map that button to different functions, for example, but unfortunately you can't do that. So you are stuck with the dedicated Google Assistant button. I wanted to get these design complaints out of the way because there is a lot to like about the Cleer Flow 2, and some of those things are design choices. The left ear cup, for example, has touch features letting you control volume up, down, song forward, backward, pause, play, and temporary ANC off. It takes a bit of adjusting to find the exact placement for the volume controls, but the ANC off is implemented well. So imagine that you're in an airport and there's an announcement you want to hear. Placing your hand over the left ear cup will temporarily disable the ANC so you can hear the outside world without having to take the headphones off. Remove your hand and back to ANC silence you go. These headphones are also light, only 350 grams, have 20 hours of battery life, and can quick charge up to 2 hours with a 10-minute top-up. They're Bluetooth 4.2, but there's not a noticeable lag when watching videos and in the sound quality. And the sound quality is pretty good, and the ANC is even better. Overall, the Flow 2 have a relatively even sound profile where the trebles and bass are raised up just a little bit, but these aren't bass-heavy headphones by any means. You can't adjust the sound profile or EQ on the Flow 2, but the sound you get out of the box is crisp. And one underrated feature about these headphones is when you take them off. Anyway, when you take them off, it's automatically going to pause whatever you're listening to, and then when you put them back on, music is going to start right up again. And that's a feature that's so useful. If you don't have this feature on your headphones, you know that every time you take your headphones off, you got to hit pause either on your phone or your laptop and then play again when you put them on. And it's a little bit of a hassle. This is a feature that's so useful, all headphones should just have it now. But again, I've talked a lot about things that I don't like with the design of the Cleer Flow 2, but that feature is one that I really do like. Now, what I really do like about these headphones, and I think you'll really like as well, is the ANC. The ANC on these headphones is excellent. A lot of headphones that have ANC in this price range, they tend to be a little bit muffled. So they tend to muffle the outside sounds. So you can hear them, they're a little bit sort of toned down, but you can still kind of hear them. And what you get is a muddled outside world, and the sound quality of the headphones themselves actually drops at the same time. So you're not getting great ANC and you're not getting great sound quality. Whereas on the Flow 2, you get really good ANC, and the sound quality doesn't degrade at all almost. It's very unnoticeable. It's the kind of degrade in sound quality that audiophiles only will probably notice, but for everyone else, if you've tried a pair of ANC headphones that aren't the Bose or the Sony of the world and that are under $200, you may have tried them and gone, yeah, that's okay. Kind of makes the outside world a little bit quieter, but it's nothing revolutionary. It's nothing like being in a silent room. But if you've tried the Sony and the Bose of the world, you know that when you put these things on and you turn on ANC, it really is like making a silent room. Whether you're in a cafe, you're on an airplane, wherever you happen to be, whatever the exterior noises are, it makes it pretty much silent. And with the Cleer Flow 2, they're not as good as the Sony or Bose, but they're really close, like surprisingly close in terms of ANC, given that these are under $200 and that those headphones are well in the $300 price range. And we have to put these Flow 2 in price perspective. So the difference between $50 headphones and $100 headphones is usually a pretty big jump. The difference between 100 and 150 is a little bit of a smaller jump, but now you're in the mid-range category. And the difference between 150 and 200 and $300 headphones isn't as big of a jump. So the sound quality might be similar, and now you're looking at features like ANC where the jump tends to be more noticeable. On these Cleer Flow 2 though, that gap between those $300 ANC headphones and these $200 headphones is a lot closer than I expected, and it's great if you're looking for a pair of ANC headphones for your next trip, you want to cancel out that engine noise, you work at a lot of cafes or in a noisy environment or at home and you just want to tune everything out, then that ANC is going to come in really handy. In terms of sound quality, these headphones really punch above their price class. So these don't sound like under $200 headphones. In terms of design though, there are a lot of cues that remind you that these are under $200 headphones. These are not flagship premier headphones. Yes, they're not cheap by any means. I'm not saying that, but you can tell that they've had to cut corners maybe in terms of the design, maybe to give you that great ANC and the sound quality, but it's not really the materials that they've used. It's sort of how they've used them. There are a lot of little tweaks that can be made that will make these headphones a lot better, the design just a lot smoother and more appealing. But for a lot of you watching this or listening to me talk about the design and how much I don't like the design, you might be saying, hey, if it sounds good and the ANC is great, who cares about the design? It's not terrible. It's not terrible. They're not horrible headphones. I can deal with some of the design quirks of these headphones, like the design quirks of any piece of tech that I get. This one is worth the trade-off, and it might be worth the trade-off for you, especially if you want that great ANC and sound quality. So for under $200, that's the choice you're going to make with these Cleer Flow 2. If you really want that premium design, you're going to have to pay for it. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.